can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like 100 grand.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Wise here. I am the founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs and leaders. Thanks for tuning into this special Best Of episode where we'll take a look back at some of our favorite moments from previous conversations. This episode is brought to you by Rise25. At Rise25, we help B2B businesses give to and connect to their Dream 200 relationships and partnerships. We do this in two ways. Number one, we are an easy button for a company to launch and run a podcast for ROI. We do the strategy, accountability, and full execution and production. Number two, we are also an easy button for your company's corporate gifting. We make gifting and staying top of mind to your clients, partners, and prospects simple and seamless and affordable. Some companies even send gifts to staff from a culture perspective. All you have to do is give us the list of people you want to follow up and keep in touch with, and we do everything else from there, from gift selection to the card to your branding on the box. We call ourselves the magic elves that run in the background to make it as stress-free as possible for companies so they can build relationships and run their business. For me, the number one thing in my life is relationships, and I am always looking at how to give to my best relationships. And I've found no better way over the past decade than having them on my podcast, featuring what they are working on and sharing it with the world, and also sending delicious treats in the mail every few months for years. If you have thought about starting a podcast or gifting, do it. If you have questions, email us at support@rise25.com or go to rise25.com to learn more. Now, let's look back at some of our favorite moments from past conversations. I'm excited. This is part of our top resources series, and we're going to geek out today. I have Ghazenfer Mansoor of Technology Rivers. I'm going to formally introduce you, Ghazenfer, in a second. But when we talk technology, we're going to talk tools, software, apps, possibly books, and some of Ghazenfer's favorites of all time. Before we get into that, I just want to introduce Ghazenfer Mansoor as the CEO of Technology Rivers, and Technology Rivers is a software development firm specializing in AI-powered solutions. So think SaaS product development, healthcare technology, and they help startups and service-based businesses streamline operations, automate processes, and scale through smart, efficient software. Okay. And he's also the author of Beyond the Download, How to Build Mobile Apps That People Love, Use, and Share Every Day. And he shares insights on innovation, growth strategy, and building technology. Ghazenfer, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Before we get into the app software tools, I know you have a lot, let's just share with people what Technology Rivers does, and I'll pull up the website.
Thanks. So you pretty much explained most of it. So I'll dig in a little bit more in a healthcare part because that's where majority of our focus is. We're a healthcare software development company helping health tech companies, physician entrepreneurs, people in the health tech space, building HIPAA-compliant software products, workflow automation in the healthcare space. It's very important, and creating AI agents for the healthcare space.
So why healthcare? How'd you get into healthcare?
So I started this business 2015. Our second customer was a health tech company of Baltimore, and that's how we got into healthcare. So, like from one project to another one, you get a referral. So along the way, we started one project with a startup, which was Hopkins funded, and that's where we learned HIPAA, and then we started building HIPAA-compliant software. So now more and more referrals come for HIPAA. So now we have done more than 50 different applications, web and mobile, and about half of them are HIPAA compliant. And that's one of the main thing people look for in
It's a big deal. In healthcare, you need that security of people's data.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a very important part that you raised, the security of data, PHI, personal health information, and a lot of sensitive data that people are not willing to share with AI. And the worry is that if you upload it, obviously LLM's going to use that for training. So there are strategies that you could use, and that's where we specialize in working on private sensitive data. And how do you use those strategies like RAG architectures, the retrieval-augmented generation, where you store all of your internal data into a vector database, tokenize it, and use that to filter, and then AI is just helping more of a summarizing that. So those are the strategies that we use, along with obviously having the LLM sign BAs so that they commit from zero data retention and not using the data for training. So you have to know those strategies in order to build the application for healthcare. Otherwise, if you build it, then you are liable for uh, huge compliance risk.
Yeah. And we're going to get into your tech stack recommendations. Since we are on the apps and software, kind of topic, I'm going to go to your work page. This is one, we had a couple that stuck out, which was a therapy app. There's a lot more, but I'm just curious generally, which is, okay, I mentioned about your book, right? What are some mistakes people make because you said apps that people love and use? What are some mistakes companies make that hinder using it and loving it? Some of the things that you build into your applications.
So, loving with the technology and thinking from what you want versus what the customers want. So I could build something amazing that I think is great, but are my customers going to use it? I think both of us probably remember what was the Craigslist. Do you remember that?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay, so what was the UI for that?
Terrible.
Obviously, probably terrible. But what was the most
it's
used
just
app
simple, right?
But that was the most usable software at that time when it was. So many times it's not about what we want. It's like there were a lot of people who built good looking tool that didn't solve the problem. So solving what the customer want, building something that the customers
Yeah.
want to use.
Let's pull it up.
Because
Here's what
we
it looks
all
like
have,
now, right?
Yeah.
So it's just so super simple.
It's still the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have so many apps downloaded on our app on our phone. How many do we use every day? So there are a few that you keep coming back every single day because those are necessity, your email, your text messaging, your WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, all of those. But then there are a few that you may use occasionally for a work reason. But then you forget those. Like there are so many apps that I can't even count how many apps I have that I downloaded for one time or one reason or another, and then I never went back. So you want to build something that people use, so you have to follow those retention strategies.
I'm curious, build something that customers will use and like, when you come out with a technology or before, what's your process look like? Are you having actual users test it, before? Are you getting feedback from them? What's the process look like to ensure that it's customer or client friendly?
Yeah, so there are a combination of things. So in the book, I shared about 32 different strategies that could be used, and each has its own weightage. Every application is different. Every type of users are different. If you're building something for senior citizens versus kids versus women only versus working professional, they all have different habits of using these different gadgets. So you have to look at all those considerations. Who are you building for? And that's where that discovery part comes in first. Who are you building for, and what are you building for? Another big mistake people make is building a lot of features. So you make applications so much complicated. Oh, there's another app you want to do better than that with a lower cost. That's a common theme I hear from that. And those apps rarely get traction because people are not looking for another app with 50 different features. Many times you can pick one feature, one use case that solves the problem, and that's the only one that would get you the traction. You can always add up more later on, but you want to start with one core use case that is a unique need that those customers need. You acquire them based off of that, and then start getting the feedback. So there are ways of getting the feedback before you build the app, and there are ways of getting the feedback once you build the app. Because once you have, then so there are chapters on tracking, like how do you really track and measure, and then based on that, do the learning and improve your app based off of that.
So what are ways people should get feedback before? How would they get feedback before? What are your recommendations?
So, well, a lot of those, I would say a lot of those.
By the way, I'm going to pull this up too as you're talking, because here's the book. So you can check it out, right? Beyond technologyrivers.com, and then here's the URL, but beyond the download here. So yeah, so
And it's also on my
before.
personal website. It's also on my personal website, Ghazenfer.com. You
Okay,
can
I'll
also
check
get it
that
from
out.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting
So
before. Yeah.
yeah, it's just a lot of those strategies were there for some time. It's just, are you building those? Are you implementing some of those? And they were all over. The difference in the mobile versus the web is you could embed a lot of those strategies afterwards. So, let's say this is the website, and today you want to add some feedback widget. You just drop a JavaScript on your website. You don't have to rebuild. In mobile, a lot of time you have to build inside the app so that it's part of the experience. It's not that you're just dropping. It's not another web. You can build those apps as well, but they may not have a better experience. So there are certain things you can do. You can send a push notification later on, but there are certain things you still need to embed inside that. So that's a key differentiator in the mobile apps, that whatever your strategies are, if they are inherent in the app, they'll give you a better experience. Again, and that experience is the one that keeps user on the app.
Yeah, this is great. If you're looking at the page, we're here on your website, and we can see, um, we could talk for hours probably on each one of these, right? I mean, if we're looking at retention hacks, partnership power, leveraging influencers, app store optimization. So if you're interested in this stuff, you can go to the website and download the book, right? Is there an audio version? Because I'm for it or no?
It will be. It will be.
Okay, good. Because I listen to Audible, so I want to make sure that there is, so I can actually buy it and listen to it selfishly. This is great. People can check this out. Now talk about some of your tech stack that you use as a company, and maybe some of your favorite apps and software.
Yeah, it's a big list of things, and majority of them are used by my team. Obviously, I use my everyday is obviously Zoom, Slack, ChatGPT, Claude. I'm a heavy user of these, so I use a lot more deeper ChatGPT to use the project, the GPTs. So yeah, those are the main one. But then we use Canva in our business. We use Adobe toolset. We have a WordPress for our website. A lot of tools for creating different voice and images. We use Descript. I think there's a big list of tools that we're using. On the development side, we use Jira, we use GitHub, we use Cursor, which is
I've
like
heard
a
great
Claude
things
code.
about Cursor.
Yeah, Cursor is really good. My team love it because it's embedded inside the IDE and the instructions. It's aware of the context, so the instructions given to Cursor have a lot more better response than if you're using other tools.
What about on your phone? Like, is there any personal apps or maybe business? I'm sure all these have, you're using on your phone. Some people use ChatGPT on the phone, but any personal productivity or health apps that you like to use?
I use Apple Health every single day because the first thing in the morning after I wake up, I look at how much sleep I had. I'm tracking my
What's your
sleep.
goal of how much sleep do you want a night?
I want 8 hours, but I'm not getting that as much.
Sometimes it's a tough one. Um,
Yes, that's true.
talk
And
about,
then
go
no,
ahead.
Yeah, sorry, you were asking about the app. So yeah, Notion is another one on my phone, even though I use desktop as well. But it's handy. I'm at any conference everywhere. That helped me getting those quick notes. Um, Obviously, Spotify for my music while walking, and another one. I mean, we can talk later on as well as the Blinkist for my book reading because it gives you a summary of books.
What is it called?
Blinkist,
Oh,
BLI.
Blinkist. Okay. I've heard good things. I've never used it.
Yeah, it gives
Is
you a
it
summary
for
of
all,
any
is it audio and reading, or is it just one or the other?
both
Both.
audio and reading. So
Okay.
it moves the cursor along the way, so you can do both, which
Nice.
some people prefer.
So is that a competitor to Audible or just different function?
But Audible is probably full book.
Oh,
If
Blinkist,
I
they're all summaries.
summaries only
Hmm.
summaries, and you only pay the app subscription. You don't pay per book. In Audible, you pay. I mean, based on your plan.
All right. Well, you sold me. I'm gonna get it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big Audible person. What about like I know you mentioned you use ChatGPT and Claude. Are there any interesting use cases of how you're using each of those personally or business wise?
So the main use case is using the project. So this is where we load different assets, and each of those projects know the chats inside those projects already know. So, for example, in Claude, I have instruction set, and I just give, let's say, for example, just the company name. I said Rise 25. It'll go to my email, look at all the last whatever the number I've told, like 5, 10 emails. It would go to Google Drive, it look at all the files that were shared, and it will generate a proposal based on a different templates. So with one word, it can generate a proposal. Obviously, we're expanding it to generating more deeper, um, so that you could have even a specific type of proposal created. So we still have to, but if it gives you 80%, that's still a big achievement. And then we use, for example, even WordPress, we use MCP, just like you have a blog that's in a Google Doc. Now you use AI to convert that into text because it messes up the formatting. And then with MCP, you just
What's
push us
MCP?
into, oh, sorry, I've just went into that. It's called, it's MCP is a Model Context Protocol. It's by Anthropic. It is a new standard. So it's like an API for AI. So anything in the past, like you build a software, you have an
So
API that you
what does it
expose.
connect then in MCP? You said it connects WordPress to what?
So, okay, so MCP would expose any software that is chattable by AI, like Claude, and now MC, and now Open ChatGPT also exposed that. So let's stay with Claude for now. So I have a WordPress MCP. So in Claude, I can on my desktop, once I connect with the WordPress MCP, I can give instruction. I say, well, give me a list of blogs that are in edited shape or change this thing. I can just give instruction. It can change metadata, everything right from there. I can connect my, for example, QuickBook, and I just query how many subscription software I have paid for in this year. I don't need to open those software. So it's about I'm querying all the different software from my Claude desktop.
Got
So
it.
it's an API for AI. That's how you
Right.
expose your API.
So is it
And that's
through, you said Anthropic, or is that what is it connected through?
it's a protocol, but Anthropic is the one that came up with.
I mean, Anthropic, I'm just trying to
It's
visualize
the
this.
cloud company.
Are you on Anthropic and then you're connecting QuickBooks to Anthropic and then giving commands?
Yes.
Yes,
So
okay.
if you're on a cloud, when you share, there's a
Here's
icon there. You
Anthropic
click.
right here. So,
So if you go to
yeah.
chat, Claude desktop,
Hmm.
and no,
Okay.
if you go to like click on try Claude or if
Oh, got it.
we
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can just walk me through it. Just so you could go through Claude here through Anthropic.
do you have Claude desktop on your
I don't think
computer?
so. That's why I don't want to
Okay.
take the time. But I get what you're saying. You have to
So
like
it's
basically,
like, or if you go to ChatGPT, I can
yeah.
show you.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I just want to get an overall sense so people know,
Okay.
okay, you go to Anthropic and then you click on whatever you're using, and then you can actually talk through it and connect it and pull in data from wherever you've connected it to. Is that the general sense?
Yes. So
Yeah.
when you so in Claude Desktop, as you adding where you say add files, you know how upload in the ChatGPT, just at the same place, it's called it and connectors, and then you can connect with your Google Drive, Notion,
Hmm.
email, whichever you want to search to, and then whenever you are searching or you are giving a prompt, the source is not the public web; it's actually your data.
Hmm.
So
That's cool.
you can connect Google Drive and it will give you all the answers from your Google Drive base because it's now querying your data.
That's cool. I mean, I don't think it's quite like Zapier for AI tools, but it is a connector, and it
It
basically,
is it is like a Zapier
yeah.
for because when you connect it, you configure which one do you want to expose what data. So yes, so Zapier is for I would say just the regular software. This is for AI. So nowadays it's becoming more new standards. So any new software that you build the MCP server as well. You expose it as MCP so that anybody can query those things. Like for example, in Jira, uh, we use it for project management. I can just let's say Claude. Let's say I generate some mockups in Claude. I just give a path is push to Jira. Like it will add it to my Jira, or
Hmm.
it will add to a specific ticket. And I can get a list of tickets and I can update the status of those directly. Just like how you do in a Slack, you have a Slack connectors, you could do different instructions. You can do the same thing in Claude, but a lot more broader because now it's giving you more freehand. It's more like you're doing it like a prompt.
I see. It makes it easier to brainstorm and then actually execute, because if you're just brainstorming in one, and for people who don't know Jira, I mean, people use Monday, they use ClickUp, they use Asana. There's a million project management softwares out there, but like I could see allows you to brainstorm, and then it just can die in the vine there. Okay, this is great, but then pushing it to a project management tool, assigning to someone, and actually getting it done is another story. And that's what you're using it for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, this is great, guys. Well, see, what's normal to you and natural is not normal to me or someone else. So I love digging into this a little
I'm
bit.
realizing that.
Yeah. And so talk about books for a second. Right. I don't know if there's any other AI tools you want to mention before we get to books, because I mean, it seems like obviously you're using Claude and you're using ChatGPT and Anthropic to connect things. Are there any other, tools that you're using, and Cursor, obviously, any other AI tools that people should check out?
No, I think those are the main one on top of my head. Like we're using so many, it'll just be maybe
Exactly.
a lot of
Um,
stuff people may already know.
what are some books? It could be through Blinkist or whoever. What some of your favorite books, business books, nonfiction, leadership books?
Yeah, so my one of my favorite is Who Not How by Dan Sullivan.
Yeah,
That's
Ben Hardy and Dan Sullivan. Yeah, that's a good one.
yeah. Another one, What Got You Here Won't Get You There. That's another good one. Yeah. Um, my all-time favorite is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence Others. That's my graduation gift for anybody who graduate. I give them this book.
I agree. I don't know if this is bad or good, because but I bribed my daughters to read it because I thought it was so important. So if I had that book when I was 10, that'd be so impactful, and obviously like rereading it. So I wholeheartedly agree with that one for sure.
And then another one that I use I mean, I give it to all the youngsters is Getting Things Done.
David Allen. Yep. I have had
Yeah,
him. I've had him on the podcast. That was a good episode. People could check that out.
yeah, yeah. I have a big list of.
Go ahead. Keep going.
I mean,
Just,
like, I mean, I have a whole library behind
yeah.
me. I have a different
Maybe
background now,
rattle
but
some more off. I mean, it's always good
so
resources,
the
because I think
the
one book could change someone's life, right? And so
Oh, I'm a big book reader, and then I actually listen to that, so I follow the tips. So, for example, the books, what's the Great Game of Business and the Stack and the Outcome by Jack Stack. That's one of my partnership agreement was based off of tips from that book. And let's see, One Thing by, I forgot who's the author,
Oh,
One Thing.
yeah. I've had him on the podcast, Jay Pappison. He's the co-author of The One Thing. And the other guy was I think I was was he the founder of Remax or something? Um, I
I'm
know he's,
horrible in people's name.
what's
I
that?
remember the book. I'm
Yeah.
horrible in people's name.
Gary Keller and Jay Pappison. Yeah. The One Thing. That's a great one.
Yeah. Dad helped me uh, focus a lot more because from that point onward, I started thinking about that. Um, oh yeah, my another big favorite is this is a really good business for anybody on the sales and marketing side. They ask, we you answer by
Hmm.
Marcus Sheridan. That's one of the good books as well that gives you good tips on. Um, I recently read books from Alex Hermosi, $100 million um, offers, $100 million leads, and there's the third one, the $100 million money models.
Yep.
That's the next version, new version came.
It's
Let's
on
see
my
what else.
list. I haven't gotten to it yet but I want to
I
listen
read
to
that during my.
didn't he have a webinar that was like 6 hours or something? I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about? Alex Hermosi?
I did not attend that.
Okay.
I know they have a workshop that is a
Okay.
multi-day,
Yeah.
but
It's on my list. And
uh,
like people were raving. I think he sold lots of books and things through that webinar. And so I've been meaning to check it out. So
I
those are
read
good
that during
recommendations.
my. I read that during Christmas break.
Okay, nice.
And then another book that I read recently, I think she was one of the speaker at one of the EO events, Brand Chemistry by Laura, about her last name.
I'll look it up as you're talking about the next one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's it.
I'll
E-Myth
check it.
Revisited by Michael Berger. That's
Yep.
another favorite one.
Here it is. This is the
So
one. Is this the one here,
this is the one.
Ghazenfer?
This is the one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Brand chemistry. All right, I'll check it out. So, last question, because first of all, thank you. Everyone can check out his personal site. You can see it here, ghazenfer.com, Ghazenfer. You can check out technologyrivers.com. Last question is just a mentor of yours or colleague that's given you a good piece of advice that sticks out to you.
Oh, it's the hard one. And I think there are so many people in my circle, my EO friends, there are so many mentors. It's gonna be hard to say the name. I think actually
Just
one of the
choose
latest
one.
tip.
Yeah.
I'm listening to Dan Martell lately, so a lot of his advices are actually his book "Buy Back Your Time" is also one of uh, the favorite ones.
Yeah, and he also, I don't know if he still runs it, but SaaS Academy, which is right up your alley with the software and probably people creating software and apps and things like that too.
Yeah, I don't know if he still runs that, but
Yep.
yes, you're right.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, yeah, there's so many mentors. I consider it distant mentors, like all the books you mentioned, or personal mentors. And, we're both a member of EO, and that's been a great group just to, get different life lessons and, experience shares through other entrepreneurs. So, because I just want to be the first one to thank you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and some of these great tools with all of us. And we'll see everyone next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sailing right now. I'm feeling like 100 grand.